Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd. So let's talk about the movie figures for Masters of the Universe. First we got a regular He-Man and Skeletor that obviously are not movie figures. And then we started getting the movie figures. So we have Blade and we have Sherrod and then we have, yep, you see my legs are painted there in that one spot. Pretty cool. Then we have Gwildor. And those are the three original figures that we had back in the 80s. They just re-released them for the classics. And then we got Karg. Now, everybody wanted Karg for a long time. Super7 came through and got us Karg, and that was pretty cool. But unfortunately, we still don't have our Skeletor, nor do we have our He-Man as well from the movie. Even if you put a cape on him, doesn't help. Still not movie He-Man. Until now. Super7 has released, and it's being shipped to our houses right now. I just got mine 2 days ago. And let's take a look at it. Let me go ahead and grab the box and let's open this thing up and take a look at these cool figures. So here's the box. It's pretty big because I did order an extra He-Man because I want to make sure I got an extra He-Man for customizing if I want. Let's go ahead and crack this thing open, and inside this big box is yet another smaller box. The smaller box is interesting in what they actually call the figures here. They call it a Hyper Skeletor. I think that's kind of funny how they call the Skeletor that. Let's go ahead and open this up, and let's take a look at the boxes they came in, and then I'll open them all up in a few minutes. So, here are the four figures that we got. Rebel Leader He-Man, Commander Karg, Dark Spot Skeletor, and of course the other Skeletor, the gold one. So, let's go ahead and open these up and take a look at these figures themselves. There is the He-Man figure. I think it looks really cool. And here is Commander Karg. And there's the one to compare them with. And there's the Dark Skeletor. And then there is our Gold Skeletor. Now I'm going to go ahead and open these in order of not so cool to the coolest, in my opinion. And so let's open up Karg first. Now the reason why he's not that cool in my opinion is because we already got Karg. We already know what the scope looks like, what he looks like, everything else. So let's go ahead and bust him out of this box. Let's get him open. And you can see he looks a lot like the Karg we already have. Except for I think the coloring on this one in some ways looks better on some parts. I like the head a lot better. In fact, I may mix and match the two figures to make my ultimate Karg myself. There's his weapons. Very detailed. In fact, I think these are probably Super7's best figures I've seen so far. I mean, I'm really impressed. And of course, we have ankle articulation, knee, leg. The other one, the waist seems a little frozen. And of course, the arms move the same way. Let me crack this waist to get this thing to move. Now, I can't get his ab crunch to work. I didn't want to force it and break it too much. So no ab crunch work that is supposed to work. And there's his hook how it rotates, his hand rotates, elbow bends, of course the shoulder and the bicep, and the head moves. So there is Karg. Let's go ahead and put the weapons in his hands. Oh, let's first compare him to the other one. You can see it looks the exact same. So let's go ahead and put the weapons in his hands now. Let's put the gun in this hand, and just like I have in the other one, we'll put the hook in the other one. And you can see they did paint him different. I do like the black hand better. And of course, the wrist does articulate as well. I may have forgot to point that out. And I noticed the hook is a little different. Here, look at this. This hook is shaped different than the other hook. The hook that came with the first Karg looks like something we would see from Trapjaw, while this hook has a lot more detail to it and a lot more moving parts, or not moving parts, but a lot more cut parts in it. Kind of interesting. Let's go ahead and open up the Gold Skeletor. Here's the bio. Feel free to pause and read it. Let's go ahead and pop this out of here. Now, I've seen a lot of customs of this figure, and I gotta say, this figure is remarkable. I think they did a really good job on this figure. It looks as good as any custom I've seen. It is just amazing. I like all the new parts. I noticed that his waist piece is off a little bit. I'll see if we can move that over and straighten it up. And he has the same articulation, ankle, knee, and everything else moves the same. Let's see if I can straighten this part up. Now, it's on loose. It's just like the way I make my 2000X He-Man figures, where it actually has like a rubber thing pulled up like a belt for his whole entire piece that's on top. So that's good. You can adjust it and make it work. And very cool. Yep, head moves, all the arm articulation. Very cool figure. I wish it came with more accessories besides just the staff, but maybe the gold paint costs extra money. So now let's look at the Dark Skeletor. Now, I gotta say, I actually like this one a lot. This is really cool. I was not a fan of the movie, personally. It has grown on me through the years just because I'm a He-Man fan. And I think these figures do the movie really good justice. I mean, Super7 has knocked it out of the park. And usually, you know me, usually I complain about Super7. I complain about Tila's face. I complain about the way the legs were. I've complained about every batch of Super7 figures we've got since the beginning. Too shiny, too stiff, bad paint apps. But these are just amazing. Their last run, and we're getting one more set, but they are the Filmation ones. But their last run of Collector's Choice, and they knocked it out of the park. This is just phenomenal. And it came with lots of extra accessories. It came with a sword. And he came with the key. There is the cosmic key, and it is movie accurate. In fact, let's compare this to the ones that came with the old figures, and you can just see how much different it looks. I thought the other ones looked cool, but this looks really cool. Now, it does have a little handle to put in his hand. It does feel like it may break very easily, so I'm really not going to just stuff it in. But this cosmic key is pretty cool looking, I gotta admit. Alright, let's set him aside, and let's open up He-Man, the figure that I've been waiting to open. I think this looks really cool. I'm kind of excited about opening it. So, I noticed his head is covered by the sticker. He almost looks like he might be taller. I don't know. Anyway, here's the bio. Go ahead and read it. Pause if you need to. The artwork is phenomenal. I don't know who did it. I'm sure somebody who's watching this video probably did the artwork. If you did, kudos. Excellent job. And he comes with lots of accessories. An extra head. A cool sword. A dagger. A boot knife. All kinds of stuff. I mean, this guy's loaded with all kinds of accessories. He does have a cloth cape. I know some people aren't fans of cloth capes, but I think in this situation it works just fine. So let's go ahead and get him out of here. Now, like always, with all capes, I do a little cut on the plastic to not cause any damage when I pull it out. And look at that cool figure. And look, he is taller. Here's a regular He-Man figure. Just like Dolph Lundgren really is taller. I think that's pretty cool that they actually made this figure taller. This reminds me of the figures coming out soon. The Thundercats. I cannot wait to get Mum-Ra in that taller figure form. I mean, I kind of wish that Mattel would have done this back in the day when it came to like Beastman, to actually make him taller. Now, I haven't figured out how to get the sword to fit in here. Somehow it goes on there. But let's go ahead and just stick it in his hand for now, until I figure it out. So, same articulation, ankle, knee, legs, waist, and of course his arms move the same way, and his actual armor is actually loose on his body. So it's not just formed to the plastic, so if you were careful you probably could remove it. Alright, let's look at some of these other accessories. There's his gun. Let's go ahead and stick that in his holster. Oh, that's where our sword goes. That's cool. It just slips over the top, and it has a little insignia on the top. Okay. This figure is really cool. I'm surprised it didn't cost a lot more for the quality of this figure. Let's go ahead and put the little dagger in his holster there. It does stick out a little bit. I thought it would seat lower. And the last thing is this small little boot knife. Let's see if I can get it out of there. Now they did put a lot of tape on here and it's really sticky, but I got it out of there. And let's go and stick it. Now it's very loose in the boot. In fact, I wondered at first maybe they're swapped, but no. It's made to fit in there, and it does fit very loose, so be careful. If you turn it upside down, it will fall out. All right, so there are those cool figures. Let's go and swap the head and see how it looks. Now, this secondary head, it looks more toyish, so I wonder if that's why they provided this head, is to look more like He-Man toys. You can kind of see how it kind of looks that way. I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be the clean cut version, I'm not sure, but I don't like it as much. I like the head he came with way better. I kind of wish they would have gave us a head that looks like this, but a different expression, if they're going to give us a second head. But anyway, so there we go. So what's cool now is we got, a long time ago, this figure that kind of was out of place. It was the Tower of Darkness, Tower of Darkness sorceress. And she was a white sorceress. Some people call her the TOD sorceress. But you know, in the movie, she was white. And this matches well with the movie figures. So if you don't have your white sorceress yet, get her. And then, of course, you can get the white bird in the weapons pack to match. Now, the weapons pack also came with green armor for the bird. I prefer the red armor. Now, the red armor is harder to get. You have to buy an Evil Lyn, or I forget what other figure it came with. I think it did come with the regular sorceress too. Also had the red armor. So there you go. And of course, she has the ball and the stand. She comes with the stand normally. The ball comes with King Grayskull. All right, so there you go. There is my movie figure collection. Now, some of you may choose not to add the sorceress. I think we need to. I think it would be cool if they made a Beastman too, and maybe a Man-at-Arms and a Tila. But we know they're done, so that's it. Here's my sarcophagus. Make sure you take a look at the video I made and check it out. And I will see you guys next video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, tell your friends, and watch some old videos. Bye now.